up, man? Welcome. Thank you guys again for joining us for our 11th edition of the Solid Switch Podcast. I'm your co-host Latrell. I'm here with the man Julian Jackson. What's
What's
up,
up,
man?
Trey? What's up, Trey? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. It's a beautiful Monday. What is it? Almost Halloween too, man. I swear this
Yeah,
whole year's flying by.
yeah. Next week make Halloween on Tuesday, actually. So
Tuesday. That's crazy,
yeah,
man. Like it's almost Christmas time, which is a
yeah,
crazy thing. I to me feel like 2023 just started, but we almost done with it. About to be 2024 year of
yeah,
Kobe. Kobe year.
yeah. 24. I'm looking forward to. That means it's gonna be special.
Yeah, special. It should be a special year, man. But
Yeah.
I'm just happy we get a chance, man, to come back, hop on the podcast, man, and chop it up and talk about some things we had on our heart, man. So let's go and
Oh
get
yeah,
into it.
definitely.
So
Let's go and get into it. Hey, one thing, Trey, before we get started.
what's up?
Hey, you said like the year almost over with. I always think like October. Like once it hit October, the rest of like November, December go by fast. You know, it's holiday months.
I
So
swear, it's
yeah,
like back to back because you got Halloween and then you got Thanksgiving and then you got Christmas like a month
you
later.
got your
You
little
got
girl
New Year's.
birthday too in November.
No, her birthday's gonna be on a Saturday this year, so Thanksgiving that Thursday, then a couple days later is her birthday.
So you got 3 holidays, November, like 2 in November and one in December.
Basically, I got it. Thanksgiving turn around, her birthday turn around, Christmas. So
Yeah.
that's why I got to stack up, man. Stack up my money, but I can't make
That
money.
money.
I can't make money the root of everything because that's the root of all
Yeah.
evil, man. The love of money, but I need it though.
Yeah.
Right? So I need it to look like I'm being successful. Because if I ain't got money, you're not gonna look at me the same.
Yeah.
That's how I feel like people feel. That's how I used to feel like for real. Like,
Yeah.
like oh man, if I ain't got this nice pair, my clothes don't look right. If I ain't got my bank account don't look right. I feel like y'all gonna judge me.
Oh yeah.
That's how a lot of people is, man. And that's a good segue to our topic, which is money.
Mm.
So we're gonna focus on that, like how our experience was money, how like we grew up, our experience growing up with money and how that looked and how it looks now having money and how
Yeah.
our perception of money has changed through our lives and our perception of money has changed through our society as well too.
Yeah.
So
You're right about that.
I feel like it's gonna be a really good topic today. I'm excited to hop in, man. I'm gonna throw it to you first, man. So if you could just tell me
Yeah.
briefly about, man, how you grew up, how money was viewed in your life at a young age and how
Yeah.
growing up through small child to teenage years, and then how it is now for you as a grown man with a house, a home, wife, a daughter, kids. Like, how does money feel to you now?
Yeah. So I'm gonna start about when I was younger. And so I always when I was thinking about you think about doing this topic, I thought about when we was young and we, getting close to holidays, and you get that card, a Christmas card and in the mail, or your grandma, somebody give you that card, and if you got $20 and you think you're rich, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
growing up. And now that you older, like that $20 don't look the same.
Nothing, man. I don't feel like $20 go nowhere, man. I can't fill my tank with $20, man.
No, you can't do nothing with 20.
Nothing.
20 like five now, 20 like five.
Won't give you lap dance anymore, man. Let's get some through today's drugs.
Like, what you doing with this 20? Ain't enough.
Yeah, you gonna do that, man. You don't double trouble that. You can't even put you for that. That was you.
Wow. Yeah, but so for me, like my childhood, like just thinking about that $20 bill as a kid and seeing that 20, like, oh yeah, I got some money. But now, that I'm older, that 20 don't look the same. But as a kid, we never really like looked at money, that way. We always saw money as just, a way to get like a new game or a way to, to buy like buy some shoes or something. But for us, it was never like a thing where we constantly talked about it. Like growing up in the household with my mom and my two brothers, like we just really enjoyed like the moments. We enjoyed that precious time with one another. We just enjoyed, you know, just being around one another. So I think I always think about like when I was in elementary, like having certain things was cool, and I just never thought like people like, somebody came to school and was like, oh yeah, I got this amount of money, and like okay, and you know what I'm saying, like I got the G units on. What's up? You know what I'm saying? I got the I got the D Wade's on. I got the Mellow jerseys on, the D Wade jerseys on. So like it wasn't like we weren't focused on money. I don't even think we was materialistic. I don't even think we was focused on material things, even though it sounded like that. It was think we was focused on really on just like what was cool. You know what I'm saying? What
Right.
was cool? Like what what made you happy? And I think as a kid, money wasn't like money was cool to have, but it wasn't what made us happy. It was having those spending those time with your family, and also just being able to just you know to joke around about a little bit of whatever it was. But I don't think money for me wasn't, something that we really looked at heavy. But as I got older, now that we older, I see it as like a way of living, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you gotta pay bills. Money means a lot now. But before, like I said, we grew up and maybe for our parents, money meant a lot, you know what I'm saying? Because they had to pay the bills and stuff. And I know that power bill was a lot back in the day when I was a kid. So I know
Oh
money
yes.
had
Mom had 3 boys. They
Oh yeah,
they
bro.
all had game systems, man. So that
Bro, we used to be on that game 24/7. So I know that, even though, she paid, paid those bills and stuff. I mean, money allowed us to be in those moments. Money allowed us to like live, But I think at the end of the day, it's like I wouldn't take any of that back for no money, you know what I'm saying?
right.
I would enjoy every single moment, you know what I'm saying? Lived in poverty, like grew up like and we didn't have every single thing we wanted, but we had everything that we needed. And and we had a good time, bro. Like, and I think that's what it was about. It was never about the dime, the dollar. It was just about just that moment, about having fun, about joking. To this day, me and my brothers are older and we still talk about like you know, all the different things that we did back then, going to the park and playing ball, playing the game, playing the game together, um, like listening to music. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't on Spotify back then. It was actually CD. Put the CD in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they burn the disc and everything,
Burned the
man.
disc. Well, I had a whole burnt CD with all my favorite tracks on it. So yeah, I don't think money
Yeah,
could buy that. Money definitely could buy no burnt CDs back then.
I'm gonna make them now. Shit. You can't even go nowhere to
Damn.
buy the CD. I don't. They didn't even make CDs. You put it in cars.
For $1, you can get you a bootleg DVD. You know what I'm saying? Those are big things back then.
Exactly, man. Like they don't stuff like that. They just don't have it anymore, man.
Yeah,
All streaming platforms.
yeah. But what about you, Trey? Like, how was your experience like with money, like growing up?
Man, for me, pretty much similar to you, man. I don't have. I have a sister, but she's not the same. We're not in the same age range. She's like
Mhm.
almost a decade younger than me, so I don't have an experience like that. I can fall back on and say, but for me, I wasn't really preoccupied with money. I didn't really realize that we were like lower, lower class. You know what I mean? Like poor.
Yeah,
I didn't really view that growing up. Because my mom, she worked 2 jobs. She always made sure we had food on the plate, a roof over our head, somewhere to lay our heads at night, and clothes on our back. Like we always had, as you said, the essentials, what we needed.
yeah,
So to me, that's all. I felt like we're doing good. I didn't see it as we were poor. And then also, you grow up in a poor environment. You're around poor people, so you don't get
yeah,
especially like nowadays. You have social media. Well, you can look around like, okay, well, damn,
yeah,
look how they live. I ain't living like
yeah,
that. So we
yeah.
must be, two different, classes. But back then we didn't have that. So I didn't
Hmm.
really have nobody to judge it off of really to say like, because we had a home, we had a car, all that stuff. So like, I couldn't really say we was poor because my mom poor when I was younger. Poor was like people that's living on the bridges, the homeless people. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's poor.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? No,
Yeah.
that's not us. But looking back, I can see that now because like my mom was making minimum wage, working 2 jobs and trying to provide
Yeah.
for 3 people in a like 2-3 bedroom apartments. So like
Yeah.
we definitely didn't have a lot, but it felt like we did. Like you said, it felt like he had everything we needed. So
Hmm.
I didn't feel that pressure of money growing up. I just didn't. I didn't feel like money was that important. Like I feel like I like saving money, but it was more because I
Yeah.
knew like the value of money, but I didn't view it as like, oh man, like I gotta go ahead and make this money. I gotta do this. I gotta do what it takes to make money. I ain't had that
Hmm.
mindset. But as I got
Yeah.
older, that started to change. As I get older, like you said, start paying bills and had to pay gas in my car and had car insurance and things like that. Like, damn, like this money, this little green dollar here, damn, it means
Yeah.
something, right? I need more of this. If I'm trying to,
Yeah.
be successful, I'm gonna need more
Yeah.
of this. So like My
Especially put
perception,
that money in the gas tank.
man, especially nowadays, gas is crazy, but it's going down now a little bit here. It's not as
Yeah.
expensive, but
Big
it's still.
penny pincher.
You know what I mean? I be putting like $7 in my tank every morning. I don't know how to do that. Like, I should just put like 20 in, and then, but I like my mind's
Yeah.
7 is cheaper than 20, so like, all right, I'm saving
Seven,
money.
seven, seven,
So,
seven.
in my mind, I'm saving money. I'm like, I could just put 20 in my tank, and then almost eat it like halfway full, be
Yeah.
good for like a couple days. I don't know. That's how my
Yeah.
mind works. But yeah, man, that's how it was though. Like that's how it is not growing up. Now I
Mhm.
look at money kind of differently. I see it as like necessary, but it's not like
Yeah.
it shouldn't define my life. Like I should let my
Mhm.
life, my career, the things I'm involved with be decided or defined by
Mhm.
money. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just like if I'm gonna work a job, I can't just do it just because it pays well. If that's it,
Yeah.
then what am I doing? I'm putting all this time and effort into something just for money. It
Yeah.
ain't nothing. It's just like clothes. Like you put all your time and effort just to the clothes on your back. Like okay, but what do you have after that? All this can burn up.
Yeah.
All my money can
I'll be
leave right
gone.
now. Then when
Money
I
be
have to
gone.
struggle,
Yeah.
all that time
Yeah.
and effort I put into a job and the career I hate, gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now I'm
That's why I
focusing on.
always
I'm
I
sorry.
like what you said. That I just thought about when you said that, like you, some everything that you have like is gone. I think about somebody who's like bankrupt, and their whole identity is money. Their whole identity is what they have, and so when that stuff is gone, like they have nothing. Like they don't even know themselves. So I definitely just wanted to kind of jump in and talk, just say that real quick. But you can keep going.
Good. That's a good point, man. Just a lot of times people base their identity off money. You see it like we talking about before we hopped on, like how people nowadays just flexing. You see a lot of that on social media, just
Flexing,
flexing.
yeah,
Money, this, all the chains on, big
yeah,
house, multiple cars, big
yeah,
fancy trips. Like, oh, look at me, I'm living a life, but that's not, your identity. If I take all
yeah,
that away, what are you? You know what I mean? If you don't have nothing
yeah,
else to stand on outside of that, then what are you really?
yeah.
And for us, man, I feel like we're just two like-minded individuals. We want more than that in life.
Mm.
So that's my perspective is now.
Yeah. And I like what you said, Terrell, when you were just talking about just like flexing and stuff like that. And you think about just all these YouTube, I always think of YouTube, like that's easy access for like kids, easy access for people in general. But when you see on these YouTube, you see these YouTube families, or you see these YouTube people, like Mr. Beast with like millions of followers. And so I don't even know what he do.
And I never watched one video, dude, but he be
Yeah, I
making
know, but he
millions of
got
dollars.
millions of followers and bread. But basically, when you think about those families like who are on like YouTube, they got all this, and these kids are watching it. I remember like when I was teaching, bro, all my little fifth grade students knew about these like YouTube families. They knew every single song they had. Like they would have like songs, episodes, and they do all these different food challenges. And I always thought about that. Like these families are doing this stuff and like, for example, they do like the food challenges where they get a whole bunch of just random food and they basically like glutton, you know what I'm saying? They
Right.
don't eat all the food. They just put all this stuff together and eat it. And the kids like, oh, like I want to do that. And it's just like, no, like, you compare your life to them. They literally aren't, they just like doing this because they got money, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's just like in reality, like us growing up, we didn't care nothing about that. We didn't care nothing about these people putting all this food together and that. We worried about other stuff like having fun with each other. You know what I'm saying? Our fun was to be outside throwing the football around, until like the street light come on. Or, or just, playing what they call it back then. What they call it, what is it called? Any minute, money, more touch. I can't
You
even
talking
think of the name of it.
about
Hide and seek, yeah. Playing hide and
you
seek,
said
like
Odyssey? I thought you talking about
yeah.
Duck Goose.
The
I thought you talking about that.
Yeah, but like that type of stuff like didn't buy money or like, board games and stuff like that where it's like it was precious. And like now, I think with money, it just go away from like tradition of like what truly matters. And so I just think like people are going away from like the thought of tradition and going to the thought of money. Obviously it's money, 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 all over TV and all over like every platform that we own. Um, even like things that like this, people are charging money to like podcasts, stuff like that. It's just like, no, it's just like you trying to give that, you're just trying to give that knowledge and have somebody like, listen to something that we're interested in,
Yeah.
Um, But yeah, I can go
Exactly.
on forever with that money
Oh,
talk, man.
you good, man. It's a lot of
Money
good
talk. That's what it's been naming the podcast.
money
Money
talk.
talk.
That's what
That's the
made
name
the
of the
episode
episode.
money talk.
This episode called Money Talk.
Money talk. But that's a really good points, man. I really like what you talked about, how you kind of describe the climate now, like how you can do whatever you want to do as long as you're making a lot of money for it. People are like, okay, you making money, get your bag, man. Do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
up here scamming homeless people, do it, man. You getting your money. I can't be mad at you.
Say the bag.
You got the
Chasing.
OnlyFans? Oh man, it's all good. You only 17 on OnlyFans. It's all good. You know what I mean? Like, get your bag. You
Say
know
get
what I
your
mean? Like,
bag.
that's what you see. That's what I be seeing, you know, on YouTube
Yeah.
and comments. When you see somebody do some crazy junk, but they did it to
Yeah.
make money, and they made a lot of money off doing it. It's like, you know, I probably did that too. I'm like, damn, like you would do that?
Yeah.
Like you would potentially hurt somebody for money? Like, you know,
Yeah.
it can kind of like just having that perception of money kind of warps your view of reality. You don't start seeing people
Yeah.
as people. Like I said, you don't like really enjoy the little things in life. You too busy worry about how to make more money, and it's just like
Mhm.
you never have enough. I think I heard something, read something about like how like when people get into that mind state of like just I always wanted more. Like I get 6 figures. I want 7. I want 7. I got 7. I
Mhm.
want 8. You would never get satiated. I never.
Yeah.
If that's all you, if you basing your value, your success on money, you'll never be successful because you'll
Yeah.
never have enough money. There'll always be
You.
somebody out there that's make more than you. There'll be always somebody out there that's richer than you, that has more
Yeah.
this than you have or that. And once I
Mhm.
realized that, I'm like, damn, like I don't want to live like that.
Yeah.
I want to compare myself just on people I have no clue or idea how they live their life and the values they have just because they make a lot of money. I mean,
Yeah.
like I want to be satiated. I want to feel, you know, complete, feel whole and happy. And chasing money was never going to do that for me. So now once I learned that, I could kind of shift my focus to really try to figure out what I want to do with my life. Because before I was like, all the jobs I was thinking about doing was like, how can I make the most money off doing this? I look at something,
Mhm.
they look cool, but you know, make a lot of money. I don't want to do that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So I kind of was just like pigeonholing myself into a way of viewing things and being. So like, you know, it has to fit this criteria instead of thinking what I
Yeah.
really want to do, what am I really passionate about, what really interests me. And I feel like, you know, once people start really engaging with, you know, resources and tools like that in a way like, okay, I'm going to use this to make me happy, you kind of lose the point of everything. You get lost in the
Yeah.
sauce, so to speak.
And you also think about when you say like money, you say like finding that career and be like, if you're driven by money for a career, like, yeah, you can get that career with that money, but you also got to think what comes with that money.
Yeah.
And so, like, for example, people who have make a certain amount of money may be, you know, they can buy whatever they want, but you know, they may be dealing with, dealing with depression. They may be dealing with like not happy with their job. They're just doing it just to, like going through the motion to get the money. But it's
Yeah.
just like, they're not feeling fulfilled in life. And so, like, I think you can, the money is cool, but like the money is not going to allow you to be happy every single day. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what people who do have money, they just try to buy these materialistic things to make up for like, oh, I got all this money, I'm gonna buy this materialistic thing I can buy. Maybe that helped me be a little bit more happy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And just like I'm gonna buy this whip, but then I'm gonna buy this whip. I'm gonna buy, all this stuff. And then like when that stuff like is right there, like people with money are still sitting there. That's why people with money have like, drug addiction. I have alcohol, alcoholics because like they're using those things, or they realize like, oh, money can't do this for me, so I need these things. Or if I do have money, then I can get as much of these things as possible, so that I can be able to just, coast, like be able to like survive. And so it's crazy, man.
It is, man. I was about to say, I was just about to add in self-regulate. That's another reason why they do that. You know what I mean? Like like you said, like I want a lot of money to help me feel good. That don't work. So now I got to find something else. So you find another addiction. You're just trying to edit. And the bare minimum, you're just trying to self-regulate. That's it. Like that's all that is. Like being addicted to anything, just trying to find a way to self-regulate yourself. And that's the hardest part, man, about just growing up in life. You got to find a way how to do that. And that comes, we can talk about this in another episode, but
a
lot of stuff comes from childhood traumas, man. Like you start like trying to value things and be addicted to stuff because you're trying to fill a void that wasn't filled when you was a kid. And when you go down that rabbit hole to put money up there, man, it leads people to, like you said, a dark place. I always find it weird. You see people nowadays that's just like I really hype up that grind culture. Like, yeah, I work every single day. I don't never take a vacation. I don't never spend time with my family. I
Yeah.
make a lot of money, man. I'm successful. I'm thinking like that don't sound fun to me, man. I don't like working like
Mm-mm.
that. He talking
I
about I work
don't do
12 hours a
this,
day.
yeah.
Bro, that don't sound fun. Like, you think like that's an accomplishment, man. I'm looking like, man,
Yeah.
you just don't live life, man. I be want to go on vacation. I want to spend time with my family. I like to
Yeah.
relax. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm doing all that breaking stuff, like you said, breaking yourself down just for money. When you get older, about 30, 40 years later, you're like, damn, I really regret doing it. I wasted my whole life. I got a lot of money, but what the hell I'm gonna do? I can't take it with me. What Denzel
Yeah.
Washington said, they don't bring hearse and they don't bring U-Hauls or
Nope.
whatever to funerals, man.
I
All that
seen
money you
that.
have
Yep.
is gone.
It's gone. Can't take it with you. And I think that's the thing about it. Like I always see like, there's in this world, there's some man or woman, in this world who is like older, who has so much money in the world, but have no family. And so, when it's time for them to, they're getting older and stuff, and they may be in a nursing home, or they may just be at home, have a caregiver. It's just like not having that family, like they feel lonely, and before that money might have meant so much to them, but then they realize like that money is just bringing people in their life that they're not truly there for them. You know what I'm saying? And so I always think like this, like you said, Denzel said you can't bring it with you when you leave. I think so many people get caught up in like money and don't realize like what truly matters in life. Like why are we here? Like why are we here? Like we didn't come here to make money. We didn't come to make millions of dollars, which is it's good. But if you make millions of dollars, like give it to others. Like bless others, things like that.
Right.
But I think so many people get caught up into the money, and when you get caught up into money, you become selfish. You feel like everything is around you. It becomes your world, and we're supposed to be like a selfless world. So I think for those who do make the money, for those like who do make money, and they're able to give it to others, and they realize like what God wants them to do with it. I think they feel fulfilled. In some sense. But those who like get the money and then feel like I gotta get more money. I'm like they start to feel themselves. You know what I'm saying? They start to feel like they Almighty King. You know what I'm saying? Like they feel like they're the man or the woman. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like nah. And that's what you see like all over like social media, YouTube. Really, these people like, yeah, man, I got this millions of dollars and I got this, I did that, and like I'm putting y'all on game, this and that, and it's like no, bro, like
Exactly.
you selling these people a fake dream. Like be real with yourself.
Exactly, man. That's why you gotta watch who you what you put into your mind, like who you actually watching on a day-to-day basis, because that can kind of mess up your
Yeah,
perception too. But like you said, man, it's living a life like that is just to me pointless. It's like where you really going? It's like trying to
yeah,
drive on a long vacation, but you don't know the destination you're going. Like where am I? You just
yeah,
driving around a circle. You don't know where you're going. I
yeah.
feel like that's how people that just focus on money 24/7 to make that their end all be all. That's how they live in life. They just going wherever the money take them. If it take me
Boom,
down,
boom, boom,
take me to hell
boom.
and back, I'm going to hell and back for money. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if you really take open your eyes and look around where you at, like what the hell am I at right now? Man, I'm
Yeah.
going the wrong way. Yeah, I was
Oh
following
yeah.
the trail of money.
Yeah.
This demonic, evil place. You know what I mean? Let me
Yeah.
turn around. But a lot of people don't get to that point, so it's too late. Like they look
Yeah.
around, like, I'm in this big house, a lot of rooms, all these cars, but ain't nobody here to share it with. So did it really mean anything?
Yeah.
It's like I know I can use all these analogies, but it just came in my head. It's like a tree that fall in the forest and nobody around. Can you actually hear it? If you made all this money
You
and nobody
can't.
around to see it, do you actually make that money? Does it
Yeah, it
even
don't
matter?
matter. It's like you never
It
had it in
matter?
the first place.
You made $10 million, okay, but you all alone and you're gonna die alone. So
Yeah.
who's gonna remember you made all that money?
Nobody.
Not a soul.
And I think this too, Trill, and I was just thinking about this. We was just talking. We was talking about. I know I keep going on like the influence, but I was thinking about like these kids, in general, things I have with kids, or even some adults. They'd be like, "Yeah, I'm trying to make, I'm trying to make bread. I'm trying to make all this money, this and that." And I'd be like, "Oh, that's cool," you know what I'm saying? But then I'm also thinking like, "Yo, why don't you instead of trying to make that money, think about like breaking generational curses?" You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like instead of time you want to make $1 million, talk about how you want to have a family. You know what I'm saying? Have a stable family. Talk about how you want to have a 2-parent home for your kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Talk about, you know what I'm saying? And those things are not really being talked about. And it's so crazy because so many people like realize they want to come from like it's like 0 to 100, like live in poverty to like millions of dollars, and it's just like it's not about that. It's about like you grow up, wherever you grew up at, but then you want to live a better life than what you had, so that you can give to your kids, and and you doing that is going to allow you to like really like pour into their life, because if you go and be a million, like you go from 0 to 100, you want to go be a millionaire. You might not have a relationship with your kids. You might not be like, spending quality time with them, because you're gonna have like, you're gonna have nannies. Like for example, Kim Kardashian says, yeah, a nanny for kids, something like that. But you really not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think people get so caught up in that. It was like, if you can just have like just enough, you know what I'm saying? Just enough that you need so that your family can be good, and that you can break that generational curse. And so that you can like really, you can really have a relationship with your daughter or your son, or you can really like have that quality time. Like you said earlier, Trail, like you not just focused on like making money, you focus on the quality time, you focused on the conversations, you focused on like the stuff that truly matter. Like you focus on you build a relationship with your kids and with your family. So when you do get old, they're gonna make sure you're good.
Exactly.
Because if you don't, then they're gonna be like, he's sick. Oh, okay, cool, whatever. And I ain't got nothing to do with him. You know what I'm saying?
That's how it is, for real. But I really like the points you made up about the generation curse, man. Because a lot of people feel like the way to break that curse, like you said, is by being successful. And a lot of times, that's not really the curse that needs to be broken. The curse really is holding you back, is you not be able to love yourself and love, like you said, your family, people around you, and enjoy your life and be present. That's the curse that's been carried around for generations that you need to break. And once you break that, the success of money, if it comes, it comes. But then you'll be able to actually go like live into the person and potential you need to be. That's why God tells us, like, you don't need to worry about things. You do, if you live life the right way and do the things the right way, how I'm telling you, and follow my lead, that money will come. You get taken care of. You gonna have what you need. But if you just focus on that and like, oh no, I'm gonna just focus on this, and that's how I'm gonna change my life. And you're not really changing nothing. You just put in I keep using analogies.
Analogy Monday.
I swear to God, man, you put diamonds on the turd. That's all you doing. You ain't really changing what it is.
You're right. I just think about like when you said it just now. You think about the examples of like certain celebrities. I always have to use like a rapper or somebody like that, who somebody like Blueface. You know what I'm saying? He's so focused on the money, and he's so focused on like the fame and everything come with it. But he got a 5-year-old, 6-year-old son, and he got him exposed to something they shouldn't be exposed to. Strippers, things like that. It's just like, bro, because you got money, you want to expose them to it, but is that going to really help your son out in the future? No. But your son not going to respect you in the future.
That bitch on Blueface.
Blueface. I don't know. He ain't really no rapper. He trash, but you know.
Man, I was like, man, for all the
I just thought about everybody see he all over YouTube. If you go on YouTube, they all on there, bro. So
yeah, exactly, man. You know what I mean? If you make a song like that, Tati Yada song, that's all you care about. But you don't care about making music. It's your passion.
No, it's not at all, bro. So I just think about like if you could just have like individuals, and I think just that exposure, like who you got, like who you like watching and who you taking in. If you taking in somebody who talking about money, 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 then your mindset gonna be money, money, money. You gonna just be like your mind gonna be contaminated. You know what I'm saying? But if you like paying attention to somebody who talking about like the importance of balance, family, wealth, the importance of like, you know what I'm saying, all those, putting all those things together, then you like, okay, now it makes sense. Because instead of chasing this gonna eventually run out. That money gonna eventually run out. Or like, but this right here ain't gonna never run out. It's gonna always be a balance. So
exactly.
That's my little spiel on money talk.
I think that was good, man. You had a lot of good points today. That's why I said we should have found a way to put that clap in, because at some points you should have.
Oh yeah, we're gonna put it in right now, see if it work.
The generational curse, but you should have.
You can't hear it.
That's how they be doing those talk shows, when they say something like, "Yeah, this is how you break your generational curses."
Yeah. Look, say it again. This is how you break generational curses.
Yes, this is how you break.
Don't let the money talk.
Oh man, they
Just
should have
close your eyes and walk.
exactly. Man. That's how people real too, man. They be it's funny. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was a. Oh, what was I about to say? Hey, I was about to say something.
It was a clapping. They're clapping at you, huh?
Exactly. Oh man, I was about to say something. You had said something that jogged my mind about something. Dang. But but yep, oh yeah, about how like rap, like you talking about like, the things you listen to. And I feel
Yeah.
like really and truly, man, like I feel like, the things they push on us is always about money, always about looking
Yeah.
successful. I feel like they want us. I almost don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist or nothing, but I feel like society and the people in charge want
True.
you. You know what I mean? Like, but they want you to
Yeah.
focus on money. Like everything you
Yeah.
hear is about money. Everything you see is about money.
They be
I know
listening to.
about YouTube. They listen right now. Come on. I hear you. They probably gonna knock them on in a minute. Mr. Lee.
Money.
But for real though, man, like every commercial you see is about money, about buying things, about this and
Yeah.
that. But you know what I mean? It's always we see 24/7. So of course you're gonna be focused about money 24/7. That's all you
Yeah.
see. That's all you hear. And why would it not want that? If I'm in power, think about this way. And I'm gonna stop my conspiracy theories after this.
Yeah.
Think about it this way. If I'm in power and my whole power is built off money, when I
Mhm.
want you, people under me, to be focused on money, so then you can be work and
Oh
make
yeah.
more money for
Work.
me. So
Work
every
on
money
money.
you
Yeah.
make, every dime you make goes back to me, whether you know it or not.
Yeah.
Going back to
It's
me.
like the working ants.
Exactly. That's how it is, man. So I'm gonna keep you worried about food, and this necessary, will be money, so that you keep trying to go work, you get all the food and save up for winter. You think, oh man, look how successful I am. But you just don't see. I got this big ass pile of food right here that came from you working. I ain't do a damn thing.
It's like the queen. It's like the queen bee.
You just sitting there, I ain't doing nothing all winter. I'm chilling. You work
Just
as
sitting
hard as
there.
you want to. You make all the food you want. I'll be saying chilling. The
Yeah.
more food you make, the more food I get.
You're right about that. And that's the thing about like everything is like you think about like now everything is evolved around money. Like even like YouTube, like these commercials are like trying to sell you something. Like on YouTube, they used to not have any of that stuff. And so everything is just like something as simple as the other day, bro. I was on like I forgot I was on YouTube. I was on something. When the Oreo Cakester commercial came on. And I don't know if I was listening to R&B maybe a couple hours before that, bro. And the Oreo Cakester commercial had like Pretty Ricky on like the Pretty Ricky
Oh,
instrumental. It was like, yes, sir, cruising down 95. But it was a Cakester commercial. And I was
yeah.
like, bro, what? I said, they really trying to sell, but I already know who they trying to sell it to, because black people, we don't want to know about Pretty Ricky, so
Oh man. I can just imagine them sitting in that boardroom thinking, how can we make this commercial more successful to the African American community?
so
What
I
can we
grabbed that
do?
phone. It's like, y'all quiet
Oh
down real
man,
quick.
did you remember that song?
Here you
Tyler,
go.
what was that song you was playing the other day? That Ricky Pretty? What was that? Oh my God! We have to put this in the commercial. They don't
Here you
let
go.
this shit up.
Here you go. Y'all quiet down, quiet down. You have to play it for us. Oh, y'all like that? When did that come out?
Oh my
Oh
God! That
yeah,
new?
yeah.
That
That's
new?
the one.
New? Putting that in. We putting that in.
We put in the Cakester commercial. It makes sense. The Oreo Cakester's a chocolate. It makes sense. Perfect.
Exactly. I can just see them do that and just sitting there in that boardroom just thinking of that. Because you know they didn't come off the top of their head. They ain't
Yeah.
never heard that song, man. None of
Uh-uh.
you heard that song.
That's funny, bro. But that's really like it's like sales pitch, or they trying to figure out what's gonna get their attention of like the audience, which money always gets the attention of the audience,
Yeah.
So
Or the things that money can give you. I can make a commercial about the statusism of nice cars and nice clothes and all this and that. Like, but what how you get that in today's world? Money. So really, all goes back to money. Every commercial you see goes
yeah,
back to money.
yeah,
It'd be about
they do.
food. It'd be a commercial about a Big Mac. But how you get that Big Mac? How much is that free? Big Mac's like
Money,
$12 nowadays. You can't buy. You
money.
can't just go outside and get a Big Mac. You gotta go to work, son. You gotta go
You
work for
gotta
your
go
money.
to work.
Some
You
money.
gotta work to
Pay
get that
taxes.
Big Mac.
Pay your taxes. Then you get that Big Mac.
Then you get the Big Mac.
That's how it is, man.
It adds up.
It adds up, man. You gotta go. If you want this Big Mac, son, you gotta go to work. You gotta make some money. You gotta pay your dues. Then you come buy this Big Mac. And then you pay
You buy
taxes
the
after
Big
you
Mac.
buy this Big Mac. That's how it is,
That's
man.
crazy, because you really like people really be out here just spending money. But that's the thing. Money just the thing too. I know we didn't moved on from what we talked
Like,
about earlier. But think about it, as a kid, bro. Like we never really truly realized how much everything cost as a kid. Like back then, things didn't cost as much, and like now, like we got daughters and everything, and I don't think they realize how much groceries is compared to back then. You could buy like 5 groceries from the grocery store, like back then, and pay like maybe $15, and now you can buy 5 things and pay about $75.
it is
It
crazy.
depends on what you buy too.
It is crazy.
Prices go up.
Yeah, you right about that. Cause my daughter eats like crazy. She just expects me. I'm like, do you not know how much I paid to buy that food? You just ate it 2 days. Like, come on. Now I see my mom's like,
Yeah.
it came full circle, man.
He said you gonna eat us out. They said you gonna eat us out of the house or something like that. He used to say.
He said all the time, like, Mom, just go buy some more or something. Like, just go buy some. What you talking about? Just food. And I'm like, man, this food expensive, girl. You better stop eating.
Oh yeah.
But the crackers in 2 and eat one now.
That's the thing, bro. And that stuff really costs like a lot now. And that's like everything. Gas went up. Everything that we took for granted back then. And I'm a big snack cake. I'm a snack cake connoisseur. I think I said it right.
Yeah,
snack cake critic. That's another way to say it. But when we was a kid, snack cakes used to cost 25 cents back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And now the same snack cake costs $1. And I'm like, bro, it's the same cake. Ain't nothing changed. Size ain't changed or nothing.
Individual ones?
Yeah, the ones you get from the corner store. You know the corner store.
It's $1 for one oatmeal pie.
Yeah, one oatmeal. Yeah. Bro, you know what I thought about the other day? I was watching a little video. Dude was talking about the Candy Lady. Everybody had a Candy Lady in the neighborhood. I wonder how much Candy Lady charges nowadays. Is she charging more?
She charging $5 for one of them Dreamsicle pops. Man, I bet that's what she bought. $3.50. It's $3.50 for Dreamsicle. Man, this was $25.
The Candy Lady. You think the Candy Lady charges the price?
She probably did. You gotta think about it. She got bills to pay too. Her rent went up. She's like your barber. Sometimes like,
oh Lord, barber, they going up.
Bro, I mean back in the day I was a kid, I could get a cut for $10. Now I'm paying I get a cut for $35, $40. I'm like, that's a deal.
$40.
I was
in the barbershop last month, bro. I was looking, you know how you be looking at the little thing on the wall?
Yeah, the chart.
I'm looking at the little chart and they got the prices on there. And I'm like, okay, let's say starting, like before COVID, they had a certain price and then after that price. And I'm looking, I'm like, nah, this price ain't changed. And then they put like a no, like next time I came in there, it said like starting in October. Starting in October. And it started October 2023. I was like, these boys went up on the price. So then at the end, I got my cut. My bar was like, y'all went up on the price, huh? He's like, yeah, we got to go up a little bit. Man, I was like, it's crazy.
That's why I keep changing barbers, man. Because every time I go to the barber, after a couple months, they raise that price by $5. I was like, wait a minute, I was just paying you $35. Like somebody's $40, and then you expect the tip on top of that. Come on,
bro, that's $55. You paying $50, bro.
I'm sorry, learning to cut myself, man. Because it's so like
your hairline gonna be back here, messing around with that.
Ball like Coach Jackson. That's crazy how expensive, but that's how it is, man. And again, we didn't make this episode to top crap on money, talk about how you shouldn't care about money because again, you should have some type of value perspective of it. You know what I mean? Like you go to work to make money, obviously, but it shouldn't be your whole life. It should be your whole entire world. It should be the reason you get up in the morning. Like if your reason for doing something is to make money, then maybe you should rethink why you even do it in the first place.
Yeah. And I also think like this is just like, like an opinion, everybody got what drives them. But I think for us, like I said, this is what drives us is like that passion, family, those things that truly matter to us, those things that we know that we can't take with us when we leave, and so these are things that's going to allow us when we do get older to look back on life and say like, yeah, we did experience time with our family. Yeah, we did, do something that we was passionate about while we was here. We did change lives while we was here. And I think that's for like, I mean, we think that's the reason why, we're here to do that. And so for our viewers, if you got a different, money drive you, and that's what I always think about, don't judge me, but I always think about Toy Story and, it was something, I think Mr. Potato Head, he's like, money, money, money. It's like, you ever seen Mr. Potato Head?
Which one was that? Number 2?
It was Toy Story, and then I think it was like Rex or something. He was robbing. He was robbing somebody. It was Mr. Potato. He was robbing them. He's like, money, money, money. Give me all your money, money, money. It was but I think about anybody who like
You can
money.
tell he watched that a couple weeks ago with his kid. You know, they watched Toy
Yeah,
Story a couple weeks ago.
yeah, it's a go to. But
It is. It is.
but you think about that type of stuff, bro. That stuff really matter, man. And so, like, as you get older, like, if you just live your life on some like how it was back then, like, no matter how much money you make in life, like, if you can still live your life being thankful for what you have and not trying to like overdo it, like, I think that's what life about, man. So, like, the more money that I get, the more money that we get, like, we just focus on that stuff that truly matters, man. Like,
Exactly.
I could have the fattest crib in America or whatever. I could have a Range Rover and all that stuff like that, which I'll never have. When I get some money, I'm gonna give me a Grand Marquis again. You see, that's how simple I am. I saw a Grand Marquis earlier. I was like, I need that.
Go back full circle. So you start off with Grand Marquis. You end. Okay, I see.
I need a Bruce again, bro.
You
But
full circle.
yeah, but I think really just I really just focus on those things, bro. Those simple things. I heard this thing say simple things are your blessing. So
Yeah.
simple things will take you a long way, man.
You do, man. You gotta take time out to stop and smell the roses, man. I know that sound cliche, but sometimes like you'll miss something so beautiful sitting right in front of you because it looks just like it's just a flower. You know what I mean? It's just this, simple, but something simple could be beautiful. And I feel like just to end this off, man, we want to leave the nuggets. We want to leave our viewers. I about to say members, our viewers with. I was thinking of my job. Leave our viewers with is just gratitude and moderation. Those are the key takeaways from this message, man. Gratitude and everything in moderation. If you can have some type of value for money, but you gotta have it in moderation. It's just like drinking. Like you can go out and drink some wine, have a beer with your friends or whatever, but if you go on to get drunk all the time, then it's not a good thing. It turns to a bad thing. Something okay turns into something not okay.
Yeah.
So that's why the moderation piece come with money, and then gratitude, like you said, just being thankful for what you do have. Maybe you don't have a lot of money. Maybe you don't have this and that, but maybe you have a lot of people around that care about you. Maybe you have family that's there to support you. Or maybe you do have a very successful job. You know what I mean? But you gotta start looking. You gotta look outside of all those things too.
Yeah, and the patience. And another thing I want to add another word to is patience. Like realize that like you gonna have that money one day, man. Like you may not have that money now like you want, but if you keep saving, 10,000, 5,000, 1,000 a year, whatever you're trying to do, and don't touch that money gonna eventually become that 100,000. You gonna have 100,000 in your bank by 40 something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you just like,
you might not be a millionaire, but hey, you have something.
Boy, you ain't gotta be a millionaire to survive. You don't.
You don't. Man. That's today I learned. I make it like 45K a year.
Yeah.
Be happy as a clam. Like, got everything I need. I ain't stressing. I ain't
That's what I'm saying.
Paycheck to paycheck, so
You don't, bro. I think that's the thing. Is like if we could just live that way and just realize that, like, and I think our generation, we just want that quick money. That quick money ain't always good for you. Like we always say, like old folks say, that quick money ain't good for you, boy.
Yeah, quick money ain't good money,
Yeah.
Yeah, you get it quick, you lose it quick. That's what they say to you.
You lose it quick. Like you go to, that's how you get that casino money real quick. You get that money in casino. Oh, I won. Then put it right back in there, lose that.
Yeah,
casino like, thank you. Let me get that back.
They be so happy to give you that money. Here you go. We'll see you back next weekend. We'll take you right back. And that's the same I'm talking about, man. Just like the government. That's the same thing. That's how we gonna hit it. The government, I want y'all to know, government is a casino. It's all about taking your money. They want you to play this game of life and put it all on black so they can take all your money.
Roy dice.
Dice for life. They want you to gamble away your life so then you become rich, powerful off that.
That's why it's a little simple. Simple. You ain't even gotta go crazy.
Nothing to gamble. The guy under the bridge, he ain't got nothing to lose. Man, he living his best life. He ain't got no worries.
But the thing about if you live simple, they ain't gonna pay you no mind. They ain't gonna pay you no mind if you live simple. If you live simple, they ain't gonna pay you no mind. But if you live in glamorous and all that, oh, you got a target on you right there. You glamorous. You gotta do all that.
They got binoculars sitting up. They got one of those, those like white minivans they be riding on. Like this, the government like
the FBI and the Wi-Fi say FBI. That's them.
Like, who Wi-Fi is this? Did you get the Wi-Fi name?
Yeah, everybody be having that. Everybody like FBI. But yeah, it's FBI.
Yeah, man, you like one of your neighbors was flexing too hard the other day. They watching them. Like, how you get all that money?
Definitely, bro. But I think this is a great episode, bro. Definitely talk about something that, that really, like controls our daily lives, but actually being able to talk about how it looked back then to how it look now. And I definitely think for our viewers, like definitely reflect on that and just like think about that. Like think about what made you happy back then when you were young, and think about what's making you happy now. Go
Right.
back and take that stuff and realize like life is about just being happy. It's not about having money. So
I like it, man. We'll end it
yeah,
there, man. I appreciate you
yeah,
coming in and sitting with us, sitting with me, with us, the group,
yeah.
everybody, the whole. There's supposed to be another person. That's why I said us.
Yeah,
But
we gonna get him back on soon.
we don't get him back. He's just busy. But yeah, man,
Yeah,
it's a pleasure speaking with you today, man. And hey, let's end it here.
definitely. Make sure y'all tune in to Sound Switch Podcast next week. Tell your friends and tell their friends, and then tell their other friends about the podcast. All right, then.
Roll the dice.
Peace.
So like, peace.